After a successful campaign against the Allied forces in May-June of 1940, the German army took over ports on the west coast of France. These bases gave the Kriegsmarine a significant advantage in the war in the Atlantic. Reach one of the ports to support your allies in even more effective operation and expansion. Travel to the port of La Rochelle and report to your new leading officer. Welcome to the new flotilla. Campaign mission completed. Your U-boat has reached French ports. Your skill and bravery as a U-boat skipper will be crucial in securing victory in the ongoing Battle of the Atlantic. Fantastic. So we got a 50% boost in reputation for just sailing to La Rochelle. We were at sea for 4 days and 8 hours to do the transfer. And we've reported to La Rochelle and the officer in charge, so all is going well. The BDU officer takes us inside, making sure that no one is listening, and he closes the door behind us. He invites us to sit down in his office. He looks nervously as he opens a file and begins to tell us about our mission that we've been assigned. A very important Kriegsmarine official is trapped on an intern ship in a Spanish port of Vigo. He has an extensive knowledge of our operations, and we cannot allow British covert operations to get to him. Your order is to rendezvous with the intern ship in the port of Vigo. Take the Kriegsmarine official on your ship and bring him back safely to the Reich. Hi everyone, right, we are nearing the port of Vigo. You can see the Spanish coastline there, sun's coming up. Lighthouse over there, so where's this port? Here it is. So we're looking for the interned ship. Now in Spain it should be neutral at this point, so yeah. Should be no hostility coming towards us from the Spanish, and they shouldn't be harbouring any enemy ships. Hopefully they're not anyway. But too far out to see anything at the moment, so we're just closing a little bit further and see if we can find this ship the official is on. Yeah, we've neared the shore a little bit more. Rhymed a little bit there, didn't need it to. Can we see anything? Well, this looks like it's a British ship there. That's a sort of watchtower. Looking for any ship mast, basically. There's a German flag flying high. Okay, so he could be in there. Let's see if there's any ships over here. Spanish ship, or Spanish flag flying there, maybe no ship. Right, there is a British ship over here. Would it be bad form to try and have a shot at him at the same time? It looks like a merchant ship. Probably is bad form, isn't it? It's a neutral port. We'll do our main objective, which there you can see it. There is the German flag flying above that. So we'll come round. Oh, there we go. Get X-ray vision of it. Brilliant. So we'll come round and see if we can board that ship. Okay, there she is then. There she is. So, this is the intern ship with which we were meant to rendezvous. Send a delegation aboard the ship. Right, okay, we'll send the captain. I'll send an engineer. And I'll send a radio guy as well. Captain, why don't you take... Oh, we don't have a gun. That's a bit annoying, but we'll take 6 crew as well. Some heavy monkey wrenches to whack anyone who gets in the way.
What do you need, officer?
What do you need? He says in a very English accent. Captain, the merchant ship helps you get on the deck and salutes you. Ask about Fritz Kramer. The captain silently nods. Okay. Fritz Kramer appears in front of you, and you salute. It's nice to meet you. Please follow us. And with that, Fritz Kramer is on board. Do we see him? Come on, Bender. Let's go. Oh, do you know what? That probably would constitute a diplomatic issue. We can't fire in neutral ports. It would be a wrong thing to do, wouldn't it? It would be. And we don't want to upset our Spanish allies at this. Well, allies. They are our Spanish friends. They're not really supporting us anyway, but they are to remain neutral. But since the Spanish Civil War and the help the German forces gave them Franco to get in, there is still some friendly dialogue between our nations, so it would be wrong to break the neutrality of this port. So we'll just take the officer back to La Rochelle, complete our mission objectives, and see if there's anything else they need us to do. Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, we've just had damage to our torpedo tube. We are not near any sandbanks, any shorelines. There's no enemy aircraft or ships around us. I'm not quite sure how we got that damage. So, our first officer is going to find out what is going on. We seem to have a torpedo in the midst of loading. Has been stopped. Possibly while repair work is completed. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Right, so I'll just leave that behind them, let them sort that mess out. Everything seems to be okay here. Got a little bit of water coming in with the choppy seas, which is fine. We'll just get the pump on, I think, just to clear this away. Yeah, get that on. Lovely. Here's the officer that we picked up. Sleeping with his eyes open, quite creepily. All going well in the engine room. Keep an eye out. We may have a saboteur. I've seen far too many movies not to suspect the officer we just picked up. Everything looks in order here. Okay, maybe that was just a freak issue then, and as they were loading the torpedoes, they caused a bit of damage, or they found a bit of damage potentially, which they now needed to repair. But yeah, we're going to keep an eye on that. And so this is cleared up nicely. We'll get that switched off and to continue back to La Rochelle.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, we're just down 55 meters odd. We just had to cry out. It's a British destroyer sitting in front of us in the Bay of Biscay. Now, I could usually put that down to just a British destroyer on patrol. However, we just had suspicious damage to our torpedo tubes. Moments later, I say moments later, a short while later, probably an hour or two, British destroyer sits right in our path. Could be purely coincidence, but I get a little bit nervous at these things. Where is he? Where is... Oh god, where is he? Where is this official that we've picked up? Is he in fact who he says he is? Did the British covert operations team get to him first? Where is he? Has he disappeared? Or is he? He's now bunking it in here. Yes, there he is. Watching the torpedo operation reloading and stuff, are you? Hmm. Okay, I'm getting more and more... As I say, this could be two absolutely unrelated incidents, which just happen to be a coincidence. But I am on complete conspiracy theory tinfoil hat moment at this present stage. So we'll continue on quietly, and hopefully there's no strange failures or noises emitted from our ship which alerts this British destroyer. My suspicions have later been confirmed by the BDU. We've received an important message. The enemy knows about your mission. Skipper, our agents have informed us that there was a leak from our local authorities in the port of Vigo, and British know about your mission since at least a few days. It's possible that they've sent warships or aircraft to intercept your ship on its predicted way back. Stay cautious. Right, that explains it. Okay, so the official may not be the enemy's informant here, but right, okay. Suspicious activity still makes me wonder about that potential sabotage, or was that just a pure weird breakdown we had with the torpedo tube? This is getting stranger and stranger. Right. We have come up to periscope depth. Thankfully, we are now using our freshly installed snorkel and giving that a good test, and it seems to be working well. So we've been driving along with the diesel engines, with fresh air coming in. All seems to be going well. We thought we'd lost that destroyer for a while, but there's I'm not sure if it's the same one or is a different one sitting in our path once again. So what I might do, I might head east and hug the coastline, not do the shortcut across the Bay of Biscay. Okay, as you can see, it was a different one. There are now two destroyers, which were in our path. We're now obviously they're over to our 240, 245 heading, so over to our left, our port side as we sail eastward, trying to find us on what they predict will be our return leg. So yes, this has got more challenges. I didn't think it was going to be a straight pickup. That would be unlikely, but yeah, now there are two hunting us. Destroyers are right. Those destroyers are following us. They don't think they quite know where we are, but they are suspecting because they seem to be following our every move. Now, there's also enemy aircraft in the sky. We've dived down a little bit deeper because we were at periscope depth, and I didn't want the aircraft to be able to see our silhouette from looking down through the water and then guide those two destroyers in. But it may be that we now need to consider fighting our way home. Okay, we've got a destroyer coming in front of us, so it's gonna bring the snorkel down. It's looking a little bit obvious. This one could be coming towards us. This could be a bit of a worry. Right.
Wechseln auf E-Motor.
It's difficult to see from this angle. Is that a black swan? Don't think it is it? What else we got? Crash dive.
150 Meter.
They did see. I reckon they saw the snorkel. Be unlikely to see the top of the attack periscope. It's quite small. That snorkel was sticking out quite aggressively. Okay, we were able to
120.
dodge the majority of those torpedoes by heading as fast as we could at her, then jinking to port while she started her depth charge run, and then we've now turned starboard behind where she's just depth charged to hopefully be hitting in the distortion from
130.
the depth charges and also her own engines. So, excuse me. We're still going full chat. We're diving down to about 160 meters, and then we'll go all quiet, and hopefully they'll think they got us. Right. In for a few tense times now. $150 meters, all quiet. Okay. Engine noise has increased. He's on another
Legen Sie den Kurs.
run, so we're going to go hard to port and full speed ahead.
Sonarwellen, Herr
Oh,
Kaloi.
he's pinging us anyway, so it doesn't matter about the noise. He knows where we are.
Schiffsschrauben. Direkt über uns, Herr Kaloi.
To bring you all up to speed on what happened, we turned hard to port, full speed, and we began our turn. The destroyer went straight over what would have been our location, but did not drop to depth charges. Instead, she also turned to port, but in a much wider arc. And while she's done that, we managed to basically do a double back and head southeast away from her as she's going northwest to do the larger arc turn. So that's given us a little bit of space between us, and we've lost contact with her momentarily. So we're still blatting away quite quickly, down near 150 meters, just to try and get a bit of distance from us, and hopefully that she won't be able to pick us up again. Okay, a little while later, that destroyer does not seem to have come back. So I think we may have given her the slip. We'll just come up to periscope depth, the observation periscope going, just to see if we can see anything on the horizon. It should be back here somewhere. Oh, there we go. That's her. Just over the horizon, you can see the smoke column rising. She seems to be steaming around and at quite high speed by the looks of things. So that's good. I think we've managed to dodge that destroyer. Don't know where the second one is, but for now, the one that was posing an immediate threat seems to have been left behind. Good stuff. So we're going to continue on electric engines. We don't want to put any smoke up into the air, which they could potentially spot with their watch. So, yeah. Electric. Listen to the crew. Electric power for quite a while until she's clear of any potential re-interception. So, yeah. We'll keep an eye on this smoke column and see if we can get back to base. You can hear the alarm. It's not for that ship we've been watching. Something is in front of us. It's another destroyer. Anyone would think they don't want us to get back with this official. This destroyer is coming back. Sonar reports there's something in front of us as well. Oh, there is. I can't tell. I hope they are merchant ships. I'm going to chance a little bit more light. Oh, they do look like merchant ships. That's not a merchant ship. That is a warship. that. I hope it's a merchant ship. That is a merchant ship, and that potentially... Okay, so we've got a convoy coming this way as well, which will also cause a bit of confusion with this destroyer stalking us. The one behind us seems to have been long lost. Although, actually, saying that, it looks like she is trailing us. Oh, joy! Right, so this game of cat and mouse continues, but potentially we've got a target or two in front of us. Or do we use this convoy to slip away? With the mass contacts making lots of noise in the water. Either... That's probably the best possible outcome, isn't it? Let's get the snorkels down. Okay, I thought I'd sneak just by that convoy to see if we could use them to mask. Turns out it's a corvette. It wasn't a merchant ship. That's a corvette as well. That's a corvette and a destroyer. Crash dive.
150 Meter.
Oh god. Periscope down. As our dried meat gently wobbles back and forth. The crew are relatively calm. We're coming down to 150? 150 meters. We're slowed down to relatively all quiet. As the the task group swung to report us and sort of persecute us, we turned sharply at full speed as we were diving behind them. We didn't go directly under them, but we did go behind them, and that allowed us to get in their baffles, and yeah, we're able to head north for a while to completely flummox where they were. So then, hopefully, they are still doing circles behind us as we are slowly creeping away from them. The other two destroyers that have been shadowing us for nigh on forever, they've also been, they've been held up by the corvettes and the destroyer spinning around in circles, and they can't just obviously sail straight through that. So they've slowed down and had to go around and kind of lost contact with us as well. So that could have actually been a blessing. You, sir, are proving more trouble than you're worth. Well, I hope your worth is more than this trouble. I shouldn't say that to a senior officer, really. Getting a lot of trouble for that. I said that in my head. We're okay. I'll just say, good to have you aboard, sir. Right, so we're going to continue to sneak on and hopefully... Cheer up, old bean! It's not all that bad. We're still alive. We're still dry. Those two things usually go hand in hand, to be fair. But we'll continue on, and we'll see what happens in the near future. We have just been pinged with sonar. We were just coming up to try and get some oxygen as well. It sounds like they're directly in front of us. Right, flank speed, hard port.
Schiffsschrauben, Herr Kaloi. Schiffsschrauben direkt über uns, Herr Kaloi. Scheiße.
Okay, we took a bit of damage there. How is everyone? Everyone okay? Just a quick check. Damage to the torpedo tube. The engines appear to be okay, which is something, right? Let's get down to 150 meters again. Hello, sir. Everything's under control. Don't panic. Diving down now to 120 meters, and we'll try and get away from whatever that was. Corvette, destroyer above us. Wow, that was so unfortunate. Couldn't hear them. They were directly in front of us, and we did not see them on the hydrophone. Otherwise, I wouldn't have chanced coming up to... Well, we only got to 50 meters before they started pinging us like crazy. We've got some damage back here. Thankfully we got the engineer already on it, repairing the rear torpedo tube.
Erledigt.
Brilliant.
Schaden repariert.
Fantastic. Good job, everyone. We got away with that one. Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, this is the destroyer that depth charged us. This one's just gone straight past us, and there's another one up there. The other group is down there. We're getting across the Bay of Biscay. I think we were engaged about here, so we've got this far. Oh my goodness, we're about not quite halfway there. But as you can see, oxygen is air quality is poor, and 20% capacity left on the batteries. Now, what we desperately need to do is try and get some distance from them, come up to periscope depth, get that snorkel up, get the diesel engines, recharge that battery, get fresh air in. I've set the ventilators gone already. We've already used that. We might have actually another set of absorbent filters to get another oxygen kick, but that's one issue. But another issue is the battery, of course. So yeah, desperately trying to get enough space away from these guys to come up to periscope depth. The good news is, if there is good news, it's dark out, so it will make spotting the snorkel head difficult, although that doesn't seem to have stopped them in the past. So yes, I may have the chance coming back up to snorkel depth, which is what I wanted to do in the first place before we were attacked. So yeah, the priorities remain. We need to get that battery recharged. We need to get the diesel engines going. And our periscope depth would seem to be the best option with the snorkel up. Don't fancy a run on the surface at this point. We do have some other damage. We need to do an inspection of the rest of the ship, the external structure of the ship, because obviously can't do that once we're submerged. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and head away from these guys now, and then creep our way up to periscope depth and get this snorkel up. Alarm's gone off again. We're not that far from port. What now? What now? Smoke over there. Yet another destroyer and another corvette. Oh my god. The entire British Navy is out today. Ah. Right. Crash depth. Welcome back, everyone. Right, it's 1 o'clock on the 31st of July 1941. You can see there's home base, and they're still pursuing us. The two destroyers that were in front of us, or the destroyer and the corvette, the destroyer has gone straight past us, and the corvette's, I think, twigged that we've missed us, and they turned round. And this is the one that's been shadowing us for forever and a day. So many aircraft are zipping left, right, and centre over us as well. Crikey, whatever this guy's got, the Royal Navy and the British forces do not want him to get to La Rochelle. I'm hoping, yeah, from this range, you'd think the Luftwaffe would send some forces out to protect us, or at least the Kriegsmarine could send out, some shipping to support us. But no, we're on our own, it would seem. I might head directly east, and then can we creep up these? No, these are very shallow. Yeah, they're very shallow indeed. Yeah, so our best bet is to come through here. But yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Welcome back. Right, this destroyer or corvette won't leave us alone. We've got another group of 3 behind us, and guess what's just popped up in front of us? Another group of 2 to 4 ships, and we know they're not going to be friendly. So we're heading east, sorry, slightly southeast, or east-southeast. And then we're going to try and head north around the coast. I'm just trying to make the coastline now, and hopefully they'll leave us alone. We've got to be careful, because depth of the water is getting shallow now. From about here, we need to sort of come up. There's no deep water. It's all about 50 meters, so we can't stay safely down at 150 meters. We're in need of more power and oxygen again, so we're inevitably going to have to come shallow, but we've got till about here anyway. Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, we are in sight of port, but we're being constantly sonar pinged. It's quite disturbing. Somebody's from desperate trying to catch us, but here's the picture that we can see. No one in our clear sign. Look, there's port. We are literally, well, we should be able to see it. Let's head over to the captain and see if we can see it shore. Right. Ah, must be him. Must be him. One desperate bid to try and stop us reaching port. Because if we look over here, can we see port? Not quite. We're not as close as I thought we were. Oh no. Hang on. The land isn't as close. Oh, it looks closer on the map than we actually are. Okay. It's quite shallow water here, so we can't dive down. What we might have to do is fire a torpedo at him to get him to back off. That could definitely be a possibility. Let's get that one flooded just in case. Alright, he knows exactly where we are. Gonna try and do a torpedo when he's hopefully too close to maneuver. And I'll try and hit him as fast as it can go. Otherwise, we're dead. 900 meters. Right. 2-5. Fire.
Los!
Oh, what a shot! What a shot! She's gone. A beautifully fired Tube 5 magnetic torpedo has sent, I think, the last desperate throws of the dice by the Royal Navy to stop us reaching port. Ah, oh, what a relief. What a relief. What a shot. Ah. Oh. Brilliant. Right. Let's not let our guard drop. We're going to keep on it. Keep watching this horizon for any more ships or aircraft. And hopefully we can make our way back to La Rochelle. And it's felt like a long time coming. There is La Rochelle in front of us. We seem to have managed to get rid of any further pursuit. We've obviously had to surface because it gets to about 12 meters deep here. So we can't come in submerged. But we're still blasting in full speed. I'm not chancing anything. Well, I thought this was going to be a quick turnaround and then head off into the Atlantic to sink some ships. But no, this has been a nerve-jangling marathon, not a sprint this time. But fingers crossed, we'll get to our destination unmolested now. I just fear an air raid coming in. Oh dear. And there we have it, safely back home in our new base of La Rochelle. Campaign mission complete. Rescue the Kriegsmarine official. The operation was a great success. The family of Kramer has reunited with him after months of absence. Kramer himself speaks about you with high recognition. It looks like you have gained an ally in high places. So we gain access to a naval academy and a headquarter officer, which is fantastic. So, that was only 5 days and 6 hours at sea, but having sailed the entire length of the Bay of Biscay submerged. It's probably our longest submerged crossing we've done. We've managed to return to port with the official as requested. 2,308 kilometers was the distance. We did sink a tribal class destroyer in sight of home waters. Apparently, there was an option to stay undetected, and we'd have got greater marks for that, but it wasn't to be. They spotted us. Reached destination port. Oh, I wonder if I should have snuck in there submerged and then popped up in the darkness and collected the official and then tried to sneak out. That maybe that's the way we should have done it. Okay, I didn't think that was required because it was a neutral port, but I guess British intelligence was there, spotted us, reported it all back, and that's when they set up the ambush. It's probably mere stupidity, to be fair. But anyway, Kramer was taken aboard and returned to base. Fantastic. Right, we will get the ship refueled and any other repairs. We had to do an inspection on it, didn't we, after the damage? And we'll see if we can pick up a normal sinking ships mission next time. Thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this different stance this time, a new mission to have a look at, and certainly had a lot more to it than I was expecting. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.